It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda. Thank God you're back.
Well, I'm back. Sorry.
No, you sound great.
Are you sure?
You wouldn't have
I
noticed.
do have COVID. I'm doing the show from home.
Yeah, this is
but
warts
having
and all.
said that, I would not be doing this if I wasn't up to it because there's no heroism in being stoic about COVID. I take it very seriously. I have been sleeping plenty and I feel fine.
We've inserted a safe phrase in case it gets too much for you.
Yes, it's a little oblique, but I will say, shut the hell up, I'm going back to bed.
Okay, well,
if I say those words, no one but you will understand that means I'd like to go back to bed.
Good. And with that, we can get on with the podcast. We caught up with David Woywood. He's the Channel 7 correspondent live in Edinburgh. And it's just amazing. I can't stop watching all the news feeds that keep coming out about the Queen's funeral cortege.
I tell you what, though, when the royal family walk behind a coffin, very solemn, but a great chance to yell out an insult at Andrew, and that's what happened. We talked to Peter Hellier. He's got a new podcast, Family Feud.
The pub test at the Jonesy and Amanda Arms today. No more comics in the newspaper. I can't believe this.
And we do a very interesting royal roundup. We talk about Cher, we talk about marmalade sandwiches, we talk about bees. It's got it all.
And King Charles's big fat fingers.
That's in there as well.
It's all coming up on our podcast.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we have so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles.
Congratulations, Mandy.
We're on the radio right now.
What is it, your cunt face?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
What are you, an idiot?
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda, crossing live to your little sick bed. Look at you all tucked up there.
Hello, how are you?
Have you checked your instrument?
Is my instrument my voice? How do I sound?
You sound good.
Do I? You sound incredibly loud in my ears.
Well,
Do you
okay.
mind would you mind doing Marcel Marceau for a little while?
Okay.
That's it. Oh, rude gestures. I don't think Marcel Marceau, when I went to see him at the Regent Theatre all those years ago, reduced himself to just doing the double fingers.
From the get-go, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I know you're a trooper.
No, and it's the wrong message to give out is that you work through COVID no matter what. I'm feeling okay. If I don't feel okay, hand on heart, I won't do this show because I think that's completely the wrong message. If you're sick, you're sick.
Yep.
Particularly with COVID, you need to rest and all of that. And I will rest for the rest of the day, but I feel okay. So while I'm feeling okay, let's forge on. I've got a sore throat, but as the day goes on, that lessens as well. And I'm on the Codgerals and I've got cups of tea, I've got tissues. One of my eyes is weeping. So apart from that,
right.
But seriously, if I wasn't feeling well, I'm not a martyr. COVID's a serious thing and you have to take it seriously. If I wasn't feeling up to it, I would not be doing this. So I'm happy. I'm working from home, so I've got the dog here. She's very confused. I've made myself cups of tea. I haven't washed my hair in about 4 days, so everything's fine.
Okay, you sound a little bit wired. How much Sudafed have you taken? There's a lot of pseudoephedrine there.
I just took a Codral, that was all.
It's like you drive a road train to Darwin.
I could do that.
I missed you yesterday because it was like we're in a duo. Like our show is a little, obviously we're a duo, but I just imagine being in a band and you're not there.
So would you stop for all the solo bits?
Yeah.
You're just doing the boring bass that no one
hang on, I'm the bass player,
likes.
Right, and you're the head
and I'm
of the
the
band.
soloist. I'm the soloist.
Yeah,
You've heard me sing, Brendan.
So yesterday was just difficult. And for the 17 years we've been doing this show, that's the second time I haven't worked with you.
I know it's hard, isn't it? And I'd done the show a few times when you came off your bike. And I found it really hard. So we're a good duo because I just think, we're like, you've often said we're like ice skaters and some days we like to run over each other's fingers, but most of the time we have our rhythms.
And sometimes you just end up big gusset in your face.
Sometimes it's big jumps in your face.
But enough about the Christmas party. Well, I tell you what, you give me do you want a safe word while we're doing the show? If you can't take it anymore, you're going to say London London Bridge is falling or something like that?
I won't say that because people think the Queen has died again.
Okay, well, we got to come up with our own code name. What's a good code name?
No, code name is I'm tired and I'm going back to bed. How about that?
Okay, let me just write that down.
You'll know
I'm
it, don't
tired
worry.
and I'm going to bed. Ryan, write that down. Yeah, make
You'll
sure.
know it. You'll know it.
And maybe be a bit obvious about it as well.
Oh, don't you worry, I will be.
Action-packed show today. We've got Peter Hellier joining us. Also $10,000 with the $10,000 question. And we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
Here's question 1. Charles, the former Prince of Wales, is now known as what?
Podcast.
We have the Magnificent Seven. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
I'll say congratulations, but I'm sorry to tell you my eyes are filled with pus.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Just let me know.
Look, has the codral kicked in and I'm a little bit weird?
Well, that's good. I like that. I like when you get loosey-goosey.
Is that why you put pseudoephedrine in my drinks every day?
I put it in all our drinks every day. It's my favourite thing. Elizabeth is in Woodford. Hello, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to the Magnificent question. The Magnificent question. You'll have to bear with me because my brain may be a bit addled. Jonesy's got his hands all over his face.
I haven't got my hands over my face.
Are you anxious?
No, I'm not anxious. I would love you to do something mental. That would be great. That's what this show needs right now. That's what it
Question
needs.
1. Charles, the former Prince of Wales, is now known as what?
King Charles III.
And hasn't he become so king-like since he became the king?
Well, I think we imbue him with that rather than him being that. We allow him to be that. It's like when Anthony Albanese became Prime Minister. People said he's not a Prime Minister. And the minute he was, we go, what a
hang on, he's the Prime
statesman-like
Minister.
man.
What does the expression hair of the dog refer to, Elizabeth?
Recovering from a hangover.
Yeah.
That's it. Question 3. Let's play What's on the Box.
Television.
I'll turn the box on.
What TV show had this theme? It's not on anymore, is it, the show?
They rerun it on Foxtel. On classic TV. On Foxtel. And you sit and you watch this show from the 70s.
Who hosted it in
I'm
those
not getting
days?
that.
How about a bit of a clue? Who hosted it, Brendan?
I've forgotten his name. Yeah, I do
Was it
know
Baby
Bob
John?
Barker. No, in Australia, it was Tony Barber.
Did it have the same music in Australia?
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
It was
I
Alex
know.
Trebek. Alex Trebek was the host.
So this is the American
Ryan's
one.
now piping in. Just
Well,
because
when
you had
are
a
we
bit of a
suppo-
go yesterday. you just
How's
pipe in.
everyone supposed to know the American theme? This is a
Yeah.
tricky question.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Well, I am looking at you, Ryan.
We're all looking at you, mate. Aren't you glad you piped in?
So there was an Australian version of this.
There was
and-
an Australian version.
But we didn't have the same thing with...
No. So
No.
Bob Barker, what did Bob Barker host then?
Who's he?
Okay, Ryan's given up. He just shrugs his shoulders. Good on you, mate.
This is an American show, and it's
Yeah.
famous in America.
It's
and
big in America.
And this host was massive. He passed away recently, didn't he? Or did he retire because he was about to pass away?
Ryan?
I think he passed away, but I'm hesitant to confirm it.
So here's what happens when you
See,
start.
I'm out
This is
of
when
the
you run
studio
out on
for a
the
day.
when you run out in the field to play first grade, mate. This is what
I'm
happens.
subbing myself off.
You've just been cleaned up by Blocker Roach.
It's
Anyway.
an American show that every time you watch any sitcom, they're always watching this quiz show.
Jam Nation.
Amanda is broadcasting from home. You don't have to do this if you don't want to.
No. And I wouldn't if I didn't feel I could. As we know with COVID, martyrdom, there's no point to martyrdom. And I slept all yesterday afternoon. As soon as I'm off air, I'll be sleeping again.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to do it. And if I didn't feel up to it, I certainly wouldn't, I can assure you.
I appreciate
and if you.
you-
Annoy me, I'll run away.
I appreciate you being on the show because yesterday was like Hall and Oates without Oates. So I was just Hall.
Oh, you would.
I
Of
was
course
like
you'd
Hall.
see yourself as Hall.
What are you saying?
I'm Hall.
No, I'm Hall.
I'm Hall.
I'm Hall. You'd be Oates. But Hall.
I'm Hall.
Because I was ringing.
Oates
She's
keeps
gone.
the beat, but no one notices him.
I noticed that I was oat free yesterday. That's what I noticed. I noticed that. The show was lacking oats yesterday.
Let's not argue as to who we are in
I'd be
Bob and
Hall. That's natural. It's natural.
I'd
I'm
be
Hall.
Hall.
No.
Oh, because you're male. Because you see yourself as with your leonine hair. And your
I'm Hall.
tallness.
It's obvious I'd be Hall. It's obvious.
I saw a great clip of Rich Girl the other day. Have you ever seen the clip for Rich Girl? Hall is there in a giant fur coat, giant glasses
Yeah.
that go from the top of his hairline to the top of his mouth. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm Hall.
No, I'm so Hall. You're deluded.
That's it.
Obviously,
I'm too unwell to continue.
COVID has got to your brain, and that's the fog. We're into the Magnificent Seven, and we find ourselves at question number 3. We're playing What's on the Box?
I'll turn the box on.
We've argued over many things over the years, and I think
Well,
this might be the most
it's apparent
ridiculous,
that I'm
but
Hall.
important.
What TV show has this theme song? Billy's in Penshurst.
Hi, Billy.
Hello.
What do you think it is?
Jeopardy.
It is.
Now we can move on.
In 2002, Snoop Dogg had a sketch comedy on MTV. It was called what? Was it A, a scoop of the Snoop comedy troupe, B, Doggy Fizzle Televizzle, or C, for shizzle, it's the funny sizzle with Snoop Dogg?
Doggy Fizzle Telly Fizzy.
Wow, you
Yeah, it's right.
said that with a degree of authority, Billy. Did you know that?
Yes, I sure did.
Oh, the show was cancelled after he asked for $1 million to return for a second season.
Oh,
It blows my mind that he's best friends with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it?
But that seems kind of reasonable, $1 million. You know, it's
Well, in
chump change these days.
2002? 2002?
Oh, okay, yes, fair enough. In which fictional town is Home and Away set, Billy?
I'm away, Palm Beach.
That's where it really is, but what's
Yes.
its fictitious name?
That buzz has gone really hard on you, Billy. Robin's in Mount Annan.
Hello, Robin.
Hi.
Do you know where Home and Away is set?
That's Summer Bay.
Summer Bay. Question 6. Can you guess the famous musical festival from the newspaper headlines at the time? This is one famous musical festival. Here are the headlines. From the time, here are the clues. Traffic uptight at the Hippie Fest. Hippies mired in a sea of mud. What kind of culture is it that can produce so colossal a mess? What was the music festival?
Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could have been Fire Festival, could have been
Could have been
Splendor,
anything.
could have been anything.
I tell you what, did you watch Woodstock 99? That one that
I've
they're
watched
running?
an episode.
Whoa.
It's stressful. It stresses me out.
I remember there was trouble when it came out back in 99, but I didn't know there was so much trouble.
But also,
Good Lord, it was like Lord of the Flies.
yeah, and Woodstock was a hippie-ish thing, and everyone was
Yeah.
there for peace and love. This wasn't that.
It was just corporate. And then when they get to the bit about Trenchmouth, you think, oh, I'll never go to a festival again in my life.
Don't you get that in the war?
Yes. Which one of the Queen's grandchildren released a heartfelt statement yesterday?
Harry.
Yeah, Prince Harry. Congratulations to you, Robin. You've got it all. A Go Boat experience in the jam pack. Be your own captain. Aim to captain now. Rent an electric picnic boat on the Parramatta River.
How good does that sound?
It sounds so good. A $150 Hoyts voucher. Book your comfy recliner seats now at hoyts.com.au. And Jonesy, you're about to carry to choose for you to colour in and some Staedtler pencils. Robin, anything you'd like to add?
Oh, no, thank you. That sounds really great.
Well done, Robin.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Amanda is broadcasting from home. You're not doing this under duress. You're into, what, day 3 of COVID?
I'm not sure. Excuse me. I tested late last week, so probably day 3.
Day 3.
No, I certainly am not. Excuse me.
Yep.
Doing this under duress because COVID has to be taken seriously. So I'm going back to bed after this and I feel fine at the moment, just like a heavy cold. But no, if I wasn't up to it, I promise you I wouldn't. There's no attractiveness in martyrdom.
I must say, it's difficult doing the show without you. Yesterday, it was like when Hall toured without Oates, and he'd be doing the song, he'd be doing "She's Gone," and he would look, and where's Oates? Oates is not there. So it's
But
exactly.
how would Oates feel if Hall wasn't there? Because that was the date you had. We debated this earlier.
No,
Brendan.
I'm Hall.
I'm
Okay.
Hall. You're Oates.
Why are you so
Let's
jazzed
not
about
get
not being
started on
Oates? Oates is
Captain
great.
and
He's the backbone of that band. I'm
want to be
definitely the
backbone.
captain.
I'm
I'm the
not
captain in
backbone.
Captain and Tennille, by the way.
Well, I'd be happy for you to be captain in
Yeah,
Captain Tennille.
yeah,
He
okay.
didn't say a word.
I'm the captain. No, the captain did a lot of
Wore a
stuff,
hat, wasn't an actual captain, and said nothing.
but played the piano.
Well, all right, and started the putt-putt boat.
Anyways, have we got a safe word for you? What are you going to say if you?
If it's too much,
London
and I need
Bridge.
to leave, my safe word will be stuff this. I'm off to bed.
Okay.
I think you'll understand.
I'll just write that down.
Okay.
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts on this day in 1986, the Communards were at number 1 in the UK with the singles charts with this song, Don't Leave Me This Way. Did you know this, though? And a lot of people don't know this. It's very popular with ukulele players. And you know why?
Because ukulele players aren't popular?
I beg to differ. Let me get the station ukulele. I'll demonstrate. The biggest element, I'm just tuning it up, of this song is the switch from D minor to the D major in the chorus. Hang on.
You are so poor. Nummy notes.
See? It's quite enjoyable, really.
Not from where I'm sitting.
You're loving this. Come on, Oates.
Are you going to play the whole song like this?
Oh, hang on. Oh, you talked and wrecked it for me. That is so Oates to do that as well. Just jealous. Why don't we put on the Communards version?
Jam Nation.
And it's nice to have Amanda back on the show. She's doing the show from home.
I am. The dog's at my feet. She's very confused. I fed her at 4:45 this morning, so she'll be having her dinner at, like me, at about 4:45 this afternoon, like an old person.
Good, but you're okay.
I'm okay.
Good.
I've been really enjoying the quirky stories around all the royal stuff too. As you know, on Friday I was in floods of tears about the Queen. And it's funny, people wondering about my emotion at that. I had COVID, I realise. But it was hard in all our careers, Brendan, that there we were announcing the death of the Queen every 10 minutes. Every time we opened up the mics, we were telling people that the Queen had died. It was a big day, wasn't it?
Big day. I remember when I started in radio and I was working at 2NM in Muswellbrook and I got into the studio and they used to have these things called carts. Do you remember carts?
Yes.
They were like a tape that you played all the commercials or songs on. And there was this cart.
Like a cartridge.
A
that
cartridge.
People played in their cars. That's how old I am.
Like the 8-track, but these for commercial purposes. And at the very top of this cart rack was this one that just said Queen. And I said to the boss at the time, I said, "Oh, what is that, Queen the band?" He said, "Do not play that." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "That's if the Queen dies, you play that."
What year was that?
1992. And so what I would do is I'd listen to it just to hear, how it sounded. I wouldn't put it to air. And it said, "The Queen has passed away."
Imagine if you'd put it to air.
Imagine that. And then I'd get paranoid.
That would be so you.
I'd get so paranoid that I hadn't fast-forwarded it, probably because the cart. What would happen, it would always go back to the start of, so it's ready to go. Do you know what I mean? It's got a pulse in it.
Yes.
So you probably never even worked with carts in your time in radio.
Not in radio, no.
Yeah, so you put it in there, so when it finished, it would naturally fast forward to the start. But what would happen sometimes, if you got lazy, you just press stop and pull the card out and put it back in, and it wouldn't be queued up ready to go. So I'd get so paranoid. So I'd end up listening to it every day to try and make sure
that if you had miscued it when the time came,
yes,
what would the announcement say?
There'd be nothing. It's dead air.
Oh, Brendan Jones. Didn't you also eat all the hurricane rations?
I did. I ate the cyclone rations in Karratha, yeah. And the boss goes, if I catch anyone eating these cyclone rations, it's a sackable offence, as I've eaten about 3 tins of Tom Piper sausages and potatoes.
We can handle the big events, can't we?
We can handle the big events.
That's what we do.
Don't eat all the cyclone rations. But that's what we're talking about. You're looking at the Queen, 1992. That was, they were predicting that she would die back then.
There would be people now putting together packages for the King. I think what Diana showed us when Diana died before the Queen Mother is this stuff can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
You've got to be prepared. They'll be putting packages together left, right and centre.
Don't eat the rations.
Don't eat the rations.
If you're a young radio student in life.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Well, every day we're witnessing a new ceremony, a new ritual, and paying respect as the world continues to mourn Queen Elizabeth and welcome King Charles III. It still sounds weird to say it. The Queen's coffin is currently resting in Edinburgh, and joining us now from Edinburgh is Channel 7's David Woywood. Hello, David.
Good morning, guys.
David, it's great to have you on the show. You guys are doing a great job with the coverage. I never thought that I'd be so into it.
Well, that's the incredible thing is I think everyone's buying into it at the moment. The world's buying into all this pomp and pageantry that the Brits are just so good at. And we saw some more of that today as well with the Queen's coffin moving from the Palace of Holyrood House through central Edinburgh today up to St Giles Cathedral. But the most striking image of that was, of course, the new king. He was in town here in Edinburgh today, and he was joined by his three siblings, and they made that very slow, sombre walk through central Edinburgh today. A very stoic performance from the four senior royals there today. An incredible performance, really. They knew that they had the world's eyes on them today, but it was a stiff upper lip, everything British like that. And yeah, a really lovely day to hear today. A fitting tribute as well. Tens of thousands of people really flocking that royal mile, just waiting to see that hearse as it passed them by.
The problem of having the royals in the wild like this and seeing Andrew on display is you're going to cop this. Someone calling him a sick old man.
Yeah.
How was that dealt with?
It was dealt with pretty swiftly today by the police, and there are so many of those police around town here in Edinburgh, and of course down in London they're expecting, even more of that. There's even more police down there, but it was dealt with very quickly. He was taken aside. He was arrested for disrupting the peace. So just a very small spot on what was otherwise a very well-planned day today, but it was probably really just pointing out the bleeding obvious there today. We saw the four siblings, and three of them were in their military wear, and of course Prince Andrew there, of course, not permitted to wear his anymore. So it was quite an obvious little part of that today, and it was called out by one member of the public.
Yeah, and also the hearse as well. There was trouble because the hearse had funeral advertising on the window.
I must have missed. What did it have on the side? It didn't have Tobin Brothers or something written on it, did it?
No, it was like
even worse. It had William Purves, which sounds terrible.
William Purves written on the side of the...
I missed that in the broadcast. That's some fantastic advertising for them.
Yeah, apparently their website crashed. Everyone wanted to be a part of it.
I'm sure, but they took that down pretty smart. One of the things I've noticed is that the last time in our lifetime we've seen a procession like this was at the funeral of Diana. And I saw one of the people in the street saying, that was a time of terrible grief. This seems to be an outpouring of love and respect. So it's a different kind of feeling seeing this casket, isn't it?
Yes, a very different feeling. Obviously, I wasn't there at the Diana memorial, but it's a difficult feeling here as well. It's sort of straddling two emotions. This one of sadness, but joy at having shared 7 decades of her rule, but also there's a celebration in the air. There's this element of celebration. We have a new king here in the United Kingdom as well. So there is that great, that delicate balance that's having to be struck between those two emotions. And today, it was a sad day. It was a tough day for those royals particularly. But there is going to be an even bigger outpouring of celebration, I feel, when this is all over and people start looking to the future.
Well, David, you're doing a great job. For the full coverage of a Queen Elizabeth funeral, tune into Channel 7 News or 7+. David Woywood, thank you.
Great chatting, guys. Do it again soon.
Jam Nation.
There's a couple of questions that I have to ask you.
I don't answer questions.
Just answer the question, okay?
What's in it for me?
$10,000 reward.
Right here, right now, we have $10,000 up for grabs, despite the fact Amanda is broadcasting from home. She's got COVID. You're okay. You're not doing this under duress. This is your own free will.
Absolutely. You have to take COVID seriously. I respect that. And I will sleep for the rest of the day. And if I didn't feel okay, I promise you I would not be doing this.
It was hard yesterday. I was like Hall without Oates. That's what it was like.
You were Oates without Hall. No. I'm Hall. We've debated this all morning.
Well, we've got a poll running at the moment as to who people think is Hall and who is Oates. 100% of people say that I am Hall in this relationship. Okay? So you can't go against what the people are saying. Anyway, back to the $10,000 question. 10 questions in 60 seconds. Scott of Bligh Park. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Jonesy, how you doing? Hey, Amanda.
Doing all right,
Hello, Scott.
Mate.
So here are the rules. Even though I'm at home, the rules stay the same. 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. The minute you hesitate, the minute you're wrong, you're out, and someone takes your place. The person who answers question 10 correctly gets $10,000. Are you ready?
Yeah, I hope so.
Good luck, Scott.
All right. Okay, Scott, here we go.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Question 1. What's the capital of Scotland?
Edinburgh.
Question 2. How many inches are in a foot?
12.
Question 3. Dell is a company that makes and sells what?
Computers.
Question 4. When is Australia's National Day of Mourning for the Queen?
Lisa's in Middleton Grange.
When is Australia's National Day of Mourning for the Queen?
September 22nd.
Question 5. Who won the US Men's Open yesterday?
Sorry.
Kathleen's in St Mary's.
Who won the US Men's Open yesterday?
I don't know.
Jackie's in Ingleburn.
Who won the US Men's Open yesterday?
McElroy.
Jeremy's in Redfern.
Who won the US Men's Open yesterday?
Carlos Alcatraz.
Question 6. What's the longest bone in the human body?
Femur.
Question 7. When it comes to Wi-Fi, what does LAN stand for?
Local Area Network.
Oh, man, Jeremy.
You're a gun. Jeremy, you're a gun. You got us up to question 8.
Good on you, Jeremy.
I'll play again, Jeremy. The team needs you.
We do.
Jam Nation.
You know what? I love the smallness of communities. I love the things that connect us. I love the small domestic details of it all. I love that you can walk past a lamp post and there'll be a sign for dogs and this and that. And I love all that stuff. Yeah. But there's one I saw the other day. Julie Goodwin was talking about her local community's Facebook page. And gee, I laughed at this. She said, I love my local community's Facebook page. It's where we connect and share important information. And she's posted one of the comments. Did anyone else see that woman down the shops that looked like George W. Bush? That was the length and breadth of that comment. And that's what people do. People will make comments about things, about, did anyone see the woman who looked like George Bush? Maybe. Did anyone see my lost axolotl that I lost in 1974? It could be wearing a top hat. It's the smallness that makes up the juice of our lives.
My time at home is spent just listening to my wife harumph about community Facebook groups. There's one that she follows. I don't know what it's called. But I'm sure people just troll on purpose. They'll have someone ask a question like, I've got half a bag of flour. Has anyone got any ideas? I don't want to throw it out. Oh. And someone writes, it's half a bag of flour, you F-wit. It just escalates. Or I saw a light in the sky last night. Does anyone know what it is? It's a chopper, you F-wit.
Remember when Jack and his friend during lockdown went through this stage of going through the small community groups for people who were looking at frogs in their backyards. Remember this one? And Jack posted a picture from National Geographic of a frog that's only found in Africa.
Yeah.
And he said he'd found it in his backyard on the Gold Coast. And people were going, wow, that's really interesting.
It's extraordinary. It looks like it's from Africa.
And then I think they realised they were being trolled by 18-year-olds.
And that's the thing. It's so clever to troll someone not by abusing them, but by just wasting their time, which I find
too enthusiastic.
And Facebook, I'm not on Facebook. When I post stuff on Instagram, my stuff goes onto Facebook. But I have no time for Facebook. It's too much of a time waster. There's just too much.
Well, there's Facebook and then there's community Facebook, which is just so juicy. That's what we're looking for. Tales of the community Facebook.
Yes.
The big, the small.
Yep.
Did you say you met your partner? Hey, I saw a guy with red hair and I really like him. Has anyone seen him? Or Prince Harry? Yes, that's me. What are the stories from the community Facebook group?
Maybe you do have half a bag of flour that you don't know what to do with. Like literally, this person say got half a bag of flour. It doesn't take up that much space. Just chuck it down the sink if you can't.
Or add it to a new bag of flour.
Yeah, I mean, just, has anyone got any ideas? Surely. Like there's a pandemic going on.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. The Tribal Drummer's beating Tales of the Community Facebook group. Is this the dominance of women, though? Is this like the women's domain, more or less? The Facebook community group?
I don't know. I mean, I am a busy person and I don't do this. Maybe if you're a busy person, you don't have time, or maybe people love this is the stuff that is the busybody neighboury stuff. And maybe you're right. Maybe women are the social glue in a community, and they're the ones that love this stuff, knowing what's happening, who's seeing who was down at the shops. This one by Julie Goodwin made me laugh. She saw this on her community Facebook page. Did anyone else see that woman down the shops that looked like George W. Bush? I would have noticed, and I would have commented if I'd seen.
And when I get home from the fun factory, there's my wife just scrolling away, and all she does is harumph about the dumb comments on these Facebook community groups. And I said, well, why do you follow it? Stop following it.
It's secretly very enjoyable.
Yeah, but when you get a dumb question like, I've got half a bag of flour, does anyone know what to do with it? You know, come on.
Come on.
Kaylee has joined us. Hello, Kaylee.
Hi, good morning. How are you going?
Great.
Very well. What was on the community Facebook page?
I asked Jonesy one of those dumb questions in a moment of panic. My husband was away for the weekend and I had a really big, scary spider in my house, and I thought I could just deal with it, and I'm just staring at it and it was staring back at me, and I just had this vision that it was really poisonous. I tried to Google what it was and I couldn't tell what it was, and I felt like it was going to crawl into my shoes, and I was just freaking out. So I posted onto the community page and said, hey, does anybody know what this spider is, and does anybody know how I can get rid of it, or can anybody help me? Slew of comments. Did you know that there are Facebook pages that help you identify spiders that I did not know about? And they are pretty fascinating too. So it led me on that wormhole anyway on my own journey on discovering these spiders. People are offering suggestions, sending me YouTube links, and then all of a sudden I got a private message. Somebody who started to try to talk me through the process for catching this spider safely without harming it and getting it out of the house. And this conversation kept going on. I kept trying to capture it and I couldn't. And then the person said, do you want me to just come over and help you? And I was a little bit skeptical until I clicked on their profile and realised that they were mutual friends with my husband. So I felt like perhaps they had some connection, and I felt not too bad. So I said, okay, sure, come on over. Anyway, I kept it a bit of a secret because I was totally embarrassed that I'd had to ask somebody to help me with a spider. And then when my husband got back and then he'd been surfing, he came in and he's laughing his head off at me and he said, did you have to get help to catch a spider?
Right. So you got one of his mates around?
Yes, but I didn't know it was like a distant friend who he'd gone surfing with. So someone I didn't really know.
Yeah.
But they came and saved me from the spider. But I tried to avoid anybody actually coming. I was trying to get like actual help, instructions, but I could not follow the instructions without the spider following me with its beady eyes, and I was just totally freaking out.
Because next thing you're tied up in your basement and you're going, what have I done here? You've got to be careful with that stuff, Kaylee.
Exactly.
Okay. So I guess
maybe Kaylee was after that.
Kaylee's calling from the basement. Not again. Kaylee, tied up in the basement again.
Yeah, that'll teach your husband to go surfing.
I think a spider's a fair call, like to ask to help about a spider.
Absolutely. But it's interesting. The community rallied around to say, here's how we solve this problem. Love it.
I always get the jar. Do you get the jar and you put it over the spider?
Yes, I do. And then you get the piece of paper and slide it underneath and release it outside.
And then the spider springs out and you go, Wah!
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Louise is with us.
Hello,
Hi,
Louise.
guys. How are you guys?
Great, thank you.
I hope you're feeling better, Amanda.
Thank you, Louise. What happened on the Facebook page?
So I'm in a community mums page. And first of all, yes, I do have family and friends, but my family live interstate and my friends were away, so I could not access their house. And my washing machine decided to die mid-cycle. Now, I had my son's grand final and his soccer outfit was half wet, half dirty. And so I did the call out. Hi, mums, anyone in the local area happy to let an absolute random into their house to finish a load of washing?
Wow. And did someone?
I had offers left, right and centre. And as it turns out, like I didn't know the person, but they lived a street away. And they welcomed me into their home. They had young kids themselves. And I quickly finished a load of washing and off to the grand final after the clothes dried we went.
Well, so you dried the clothes there as well?
No, I did bring it back to my house because my dryer didn't thankfully still work.
Yes.
But I just had to get that soccer outfit washed.
Of course.
Before a certain time, but I felt so stupid posting it. I say it paid off.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And you didn't end up
you
tied up in a basement.
No. And you asked if this is the stuff that women do. This is the community stuff that women reach out to. In the old days, we'd have a tribe that would say, here, bash your clothes on my rock over here. This is how it goes. I love it. The smaller the better. It just makes me happy.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Wakey, wakey.
Let's rise
and shine. It's too early.
Get your ass out of bed.
Amanda is broadcasting from home. She's in bed with COVID, which is very admirable, but you are very stoic as well. So what's your safe phrase again? Your safe
Let
phrase?
me just say this. I'm not being stoic about COVID.
Yeah.
I'm in an office at home and I feel okay. If I wasn't, you cannot play around with COVID, and I know, and I'll go back to bed once we finish the show. I'm not a martyr. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel okay. So I don't want you to think that I'm stoic and therefore not paying attention to how I feel, because I know it's an exhausting thing, but I'm feeling okay.
But if you get tired, you've got a safe phrase.
And it's oblique, but I think you'll figure it out. It's, why don't you shut up, I'm going back to bed.
Okay. Yesterday, because I'm glad you're here, because the show was so difficult. It was like when Daryl Hall and John Oates toured and Oates decided not to come along. And there's me as...
See, you've
Daryl
said this
Hall,
a few times today. You've
standing
said
at
that you're
the-
Hall. You're not Hall. I'm Hall. You're Oates.
No,
you're that hairy guy in the background.
Oates is a big part of the band. Don't
is,
feel...
but he's not Hall. I'm Hall.
Anyway, our poll at the moment, 100% of people are saying that I am Hall.
Actually, guys.
Ryan's flailing about. What's the matter, mate?
So, bit of breaking news here. The poll's been updated. Amanda, you are Hall at the moment.
Not Hall.
57%. Jonesy, you're only 43%, mate.
So that's
or should I say Oates?
That's bull. That is bull. Anyway, the Tribal Drummer's been beating today Tales of the Community Facebook group. If you've got half a bag of flour and you've got no idea what to do with it, go to your local community Facebook group.
Or you just post something interesting. Julie Goodwin saw this on her local Facebook group. Did anyone else see that woman down the shops that looked like George W. Bush? I don't know who'd be asking.
Kelly's joined us. Hello, Kelly.
Good morning.
Hello, Kelly. How do you use your community Facebook group? What have you seen?
Well, it was actually me that posted something, because a couple of months ago I booked into the Apollo for myself and some friends.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give your credit details, and they bailed at the last minute. And I didn't want to be charged for something that wasn't used. So I got into one of the groups and asked who would come to join me.
For dinner?
A stranger?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't want to lose I didn't want to be charged, so...
Sure.
Yeah.
So you booked a dinner, the people that you were going to go with dinner didn't come, and then you put it out to the community group.
And who'd you end up having dinner with? Nice people?
Yeah, nice people. So, yeah, it worked out well.
Gee, be careful, you end up with Hannibal Lecter. You're
Well, and
having a
someone-
nice
if-
dinner with your own liver.
And if someone else said, do you want to come to dinner with me? I'd go, I'm not sure about that person. I'm glad that worked out.
Good
Maybe
on you,
we're all
Kelly.
too cynical. This reminds us not to be cynical.
Yes, I'll remember that next time I make a dinner reservation.
Jam Nation.
Let's get on down to Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. And today, no more comics in the newspaper. Does it pass the pub test? This happened on Monday, yesterday, when you weren't here. There's no more comics. I looked in my newspaper to get my cartoon fix, and it's gone. I'm sad about that.
You're the only person I know who actually reads them. That's the first page you open to. You harumph at Fred Bassett.
Incredibly unfunny. There is nothing funny about Fred Bassett. All he does is state information. It's got Fred Bassett jumping into a pool. It's going to be wet in here. Well, no, dog. I understand that. But Calvin and Hobbes, I love Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes, you always look at the Phantom.
The
We used to
Phantom's
love
great.
Staria when Staria was in there.
Remember that time? I'm reading Staria. Roger Fletcher used to be he's a local guy, used to do Staria, and I was obsessed with Staria. And then one day we featured in Staria, you and I.
Next minute, I'm having a shower scene in Staria.
And then we became regular characters in Staria, and it even became a cartoon book. I got to find
Maybe
that
that's
cartoon
why
book.
That's why they don't have them anymore, maybe. We wrecked it. But I know that Kathy Wilcox, who works for the Herald...
She's great.
She's very good. There'll still be political cartoons.
Of course.
But she has said... She started there's a petition because she said this is the livelihoods of so many, and you can't just then suddenly put your stuff on social media, because a lot of the people, these older practitioners who are doing these cartoons, aren't on social media, and so that's going to be a real issue for a lot of them. And how do you monetize that? This was their only source of income, and it's a handing over of the guard. And maybe it's time. Maybe you think cartoons, who cares? Maybe you'll miss them.
I'm not so jazzed about Fred Bassett. I'm going to miss Calvin and Hobbes, but having said that, I'm pretty sure the guy that did Calvin and Hobbes died some years ago, and they're just repeating them.
Well, there is, as I said, a petition at change.org. So Save Australia newspaper comics from the Axe by News Corp on September 11. That was what was put up there.
Yeah.
How do you feel with the comics?
Yeah, it's a passing of the guard. No more comics in the newspaper. Does it pass the pub test? We'd love to hear from you. And it's day 3 of Amanda's isolation. Day 3 of COVID.
I think it's day 3. Yes, it's day 3.
So you can come back to work on Friday, is that right? No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure, I'm just saying.
I'm enjoying doing the show from here. I've got my poochie.
Yep.
I've got a soother here. I've got cups of tea. It's all going very nicely.
Oh, good.
It's interesting looking at people who are deciding to go to London for the funeral, for the Queen's funeral. It's a moment of history, and to be part of that moment of history, people are wanting to pay homage and to be there, to say, I was there for the Queen's funeral. Costs are surging, apparently, because it's a short turnaround in terms of booking your flight. Prices have surged, so do beware.
I saw Anthony Albanese was on Webjet the other day just trying to get a good deal.
Trying to get a good deal. Well, I read yesterday that with Qantas, a whole lot of journalists turned up to cover the passing of the Queen, and they'd booked business class flights, and I saw this on Twitter. And Qantas having a lot of issues at the moment. The seats just suddenly weren't there. They'd booked them. They either had to fly economy for those long hours and then work the second they got there, or they had to find other arrangements.
Koshy doesn't turn right. Straight up the front. If I'm not sitting next to the pilot, I'm not going.
But you may have seen this story on the news last night.
Organisers have reportedly issued an extraordinary list of demands to world leaders making their way to London for next week's funeral. Some 2,000 VIPs are getting invites. With requests, they arrive on commercial flights where possible, and there are plans to use buses to then get them to the service.
From Westminster Abbey. Alarm bells today. News site Politico quoting official advice to funeral guests. No auto queue or makeup facilities, and it's spouses only. No other members of the principal guest family, staff or entourage allowed. But the big one, no state cars, no limousines. Rather, there'll be coach transport from a central point as everyone's bussed in instead. And with British airspace running tight, no room for helicopters for getting about, no room at Heathrow for private jets. The official advice, catch a commercial flight instead. Politely declined by our own PM, who'll ride a government jet with the neighbours on board as well.
He's taken the neighbours.
But the neighbours are Jacinda Ardern and Japanese dignitaries.
Oh, nice.
So they're all going together on his government jet. Interesting, though, so there is 2,000 people invited to the funeral. Most people aren't allowed to bring partners. Woohoo, party time. The Prime Minister, the Governor-General and their partners can go. Dylan Alcott's going.
Good.
As is Chris Waller. He's the Winx horse trainer. He used to speak to the Queen every Saturday, updating her on stories of horses. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Absolutely. I like the idea, though, that they're going to be taking a bus, all of them.
Yeah.
And also there's problems with Joe Biden, who apparently, the American president can't go anywhere without being in an armoured truck.
Well, he's got that thing, the
there?
Beast, that giant car of his.
That's right, been told not to take
but
it.
But you can't not have it. Have you guys have they not seen Olympus Has Fallen?
What happened?
That's exactly what happens. There's a death in London from someone, I don't know, someone dies, and then everyone has to go to the funeral. Watch Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, well, I hope, the security people are watching that.
I hope they are getting there because they're saying all going on a minibus. What are they going to do?
I love the idea of them all being on different minibuses and who goes on where and, we're the party bus. No, I was in with the straighties.
Jacinda Ardern comes on with a Yui boom.
And a sombrero.
Anyone want to hear some Dave Dobbin?
Smoking up the back of the bus.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Even though Amanda's convalescing at home from COVID, you're down at the Jonesy and Amanda Arms right now for the pub test. And today, no more comics in the newspaper. Does this pass the pub test?
That's what's happened. And what are the News Corp comics, Brendan? They're the ones that you read. You're the only person I know who opens the paper and looks at the comics. There's Snake.
I love Snake. I love Calvin and Hobbes. It's always nice. Even though the artist that did Calvin and Hobbes retired in 1995. I always like just watching what
It's
that
a
little
great
kid's doing
cartoon
with his
strip.
little tiger and the world of his imagination.
Is the Wizard of Id and all of those ones in there? I love
That's
that.
in Sydney Morning Herald is the Wizard of
Right.
Id. And in, the Telegraph, you've got Phantom, you've got Snake, you've got Insanity Streak, Calvin and Hobbes, Fred Bassett. I think Fred Bassett wrecked it for everyone because it's so unfunny, so uncreative. It's just a guy that can draw a picture of a dog. And, I could do that. I could
It's
easily
been going
write.
for years and years, but maybe people are
but
affectionate
Fred Bassett
to these
used to be
things.
sound Garfield's funnier than Fred Bassett.
Now, let's not go down the path of debating that. I'd have to
Garfield
bite down on a cyanide
Garfield is funnier than Fred Bassett. Garfield's
So-
got some good stuff going there.
Here's the pub test. No more comics in the newspaper. Does it pass the pub test?
Oh, no way, mate. The only reason I read the paper is because of the comic strips. What's the point? You know what I mean?
Definitely doesn't pass the pub test. It's so nice to have some light entertainment when the news is bad.
I remember being a kid and that was about the only thing I did like in the paper, but, it's, an end of an era. That's just not acceptable. Bring them back.
Comics taken out of the newspapers, not funny. Not funny at all. Put them back in.
Yeah.
There's a change.org petition called Black Stump, Save Australian Newspaper Comics from the Axe by News Corp. So please go there and put your signature to it.
As sure as I'm saying right now, tomorrow's pub test, Garfield is better than Fred Bassett. Everyone
If
knows
that's
that.
tomorrow's pub test, I'm going to stay in bed.
Jam Nation.
Well, as you said earlier, there is some concern about Prince Charles's fingers. People have noticed in the midst of all this incredible news and history-changing moments and momentous pomp and ceremony we've seen in the last few days and sadness, people have said, what's going on with his fingers? They look like they're very swollen, and he's wearing a little pinky ring, which is the way of those upper-class English people.
Well,
And
that's the
digging
royal
right
ring.
in.
That's the royal ring.
What's the royal ring?
That's the ring he's wearing.
What do you mean the royal ring?
That's
When you're born, you're given a ring?
No, that's his royal ring.
I mean, what you keep just saying the words doesn't make it more understandable.
I'm not a big royal perv, but that's the royal ring.
What's the royal ring?
That's when the ring you kiss, when you kiss his ring.
Well, not everyone. The Queen didn't have her ring kissed.
Oh, I don't know.
I think
never
I think
saw
he
it.
just likes it. It's a pinky ring, a signet ring.
Who doesn't like having their ring kissed?
But apparently, doctors have been consulted.
Yep.
Dr. Google.
And what do they say?
Who says, well, he's in his 70s. It could be fluid retention. It could be signs of arthritis, but there's nothing to no panics to see here.
Maybe he needs some,
Charles himself has said he's always
glycosamine.
had sausage fingers. Some glycosamine? Sure.
Yeah,
Why
that's-
don't
just
you send it across as a care
Get
package?
down to Chemist Warehouse.
He said he's always had sausage fingers. And I've seen a meme going around that's so funny. Him there in his suit, holding his hands as he always does, but the fingers are just actual sausages.
I know, I saw that. It's creepy. I don't like it. I
So
don't like
funny.
it.
Some other interesting information about all this, and I love this. I love the big pomp. I love the seam of history through all of this. I also love these small stories. The tributes that people are leaving outside Buckingham Palace and all kinds of places, Green Park, where people are leaving their tributes. People are leaving marmalade sandwiches for the Queen in light of that beautiful skit she did for her Jubilee with Paddington Bear. The problem is people are leaving them in plastic bags. And so the groundskeepers have said, A, can you not leave flowers in plastic bags because that's going to create an environmental hazard. And marmalade sandwiches in plastic bags are going to create all kinds of trouble for all the wildlife around there and for just having to clean up that mess. Flowers that are just left without coverings are biodegradable and can be taken away and dealt with, but those other plastics are really hard.
And really, it's just a way of getting rid of your junk, isn't it? You can just chuck anything out there.
I'll leave a lawnmower.
The Queen loved
an old propeller.
This is the way.
I've left my old Thermomix for the Queen.
I pay tribute to the Queen. I'm going to leave this old three-piece sofa out the front
but I
of
understand why
Buckingham
people
Palace.
do these things. You know,
I don't
said this the
understand
other day. Love is a doing word, and people want to feel they're contributing, that they want to externalise their grief and show their respect. I understand completely that people want to turn up and leave a tribute.
But you got some kid emptying his school bag outside the grounds of the palace. There you go,
And a
Mum.
squashed banana. What about this story? This one made me laugh. Cher has hit headlines. I don't know if you see Cher on Twitter. Everything's in capital letters and then strange numbers and emojis, and she's just kind of, it's like the inside wearing of her brain, and if that's the case, it'd be very alarmed. Well, she went to Twitter to make a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II, but it looks like she's calling her a cow.
Right.
What she has done is she shared a heartfelt social media message following the death of the Queen, reminiscing on their first meeting with Her Majesty in 1988. And what she's written is, "I'm sad about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. I had honour of meeting her," all capitals. "I was in long line of PPL waiting to meet her. Yet when she got to me, she asked me pertinent questions and seemed interested in talking to me. I'm proud she was a..." And then there's a picture of a cow emoji. And people are saying she thinks she's putting goat.
Ah, yeah, the goat.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, but she's put cow.
Cher has answered to that, saying no. She said, this is her next tweet that's full of capital letters. "Someone said I put a cow next to the Queen. Meeting her was one of the highlights of my life. We are both Taurus."
Oh, it's a bull.
Cow and cow. And I was saying how proud I was. Some people project their own hateful selves onto others.
Yeah.
She was kind to me. I was so nervous about my curtsy. I practiced for an hour.
I think when you're over...
she was saying the Queen's a Taurus.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah, she wasn't calling her a goat. I mean, she wasn't calling her a cow.
No.
She was saying she's a Taurus. Easy mistake to make.
Yeah, when you're over 70, you shouldn't be on social media with that stuff, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, Cher's kids, like all we all do, maybe give it a rest. Give it a rest, Cher.
Good on you, Mum.
Give it a rest.
Jam Nation.
Well, our next guest is a good friend of the show, among other things. Listen to the other things. He's a TV presenter, a comedian, an actor, an author, a writer, a director. All right.
What a hog.
And now he's a podcaster. His podcast is called Family Feud, the podcast. Pete Hellier, hello.
Good morning, Amanda. Morning, Jonesy. How are we?
Well, it's great to talk to you.
What do you mean, Family Feud, the podcast? Is something going on at home you need to tell us about?
It's all therapy, Amanda. I don't know in this day and age if podcast is a step forward or backwards for Family Feud, to be honest. But I'm thrilled to be involved, and it's basically exactly what it says on the cereal box. It's Family Feud in podcast form. You can, we don't have. So we have celebrity guests, mostly comedians, but sometimes Jessica Malboy has done an episode. She went up against Nazeem Hussain. We had Matt Preston go up against Osher Ginsburg. And it's basically, friends of mine going up against each other, playing the game that we love to play, Family Feud.
Troy, where's this Jonesy and Amanda? They're friends of yours.
That's one.
Oh, I mean, if you returned our calls, then maybe you would have gone on. I mean, it's Family Feud every morning on the Amanda and Jonesy show.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's true.
Can I ask this question, Peter? Just one question. I want you to answer this honestly. So Amanda has got COVID, and yesterday I had to do the show by myself, and I likened it to the time when Daryl Hall was performing without John Oates, and I said I was lost. But Amanda's not happy with that. She thinks that she is the Hall.
I'd be Hall.
I'm Hall and you're Oates.
I'd
it's
be
obvious.
Hall.
And Oates
it's
is a
Hall
big
and
deal.
ass. I'm Hall in your ass.
Well, Hall and Oates have not played a massive part in my life, so I feel like I'll be speaking out of turn. But I think you're both equally brilliant and amazing. So I think Amanda's the Bon and Jonesy, you're the Jovi. Okay, so there's
that is what a coward you are.
Hey, with Family Feud, you have to quiz 100 people to get their answer to blah blah. Who are you quizzing?
Well, I mean, I'm very clear on this on the podcast, Amanda. I don't actually. I've outsourced the surveying, and I don't know. Sometimes, as we go along, the comedians get a little bit frustrated with. They want answers. They do want answers as far as who we are surveying. Sometimes they don't agree with some of the answers that are being given. But it's a mysterious process.
Sure.
I mean, I'm very much. As much as I'm not doing the surveying, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions about is this being done properly?
You're being Price Waterhouse.
Exactly. I'm front and centre of Family Feud, the podcast. My name and my photo is there when you go and download it. So I need this, I need the integrity. This needs to be done properly.
Well, we don't want to see you on a current affair. And
exactly right. Well, my friend Carrie might be hosting.
Well, that's right. And I was going to ask that opinion of you, Carrie. Bickmore is being mooted to take over from Tracy Grimshaw on ACA. Does Carrie know that she's going to be dealing with stories like this?
The sleaze of squeeze. Sexual harassment on a stepladder. Lynn's only 4.5 feet tall. And when she climbed up to reach something at work, her boss Laurie would grope her bottom with both hands.
Well, Carrie...
Do you think Carrie's up for that?
I mean, if we weren't covering the passing of the Queen this week, we would have gotten to that story on the project. So, I mean, in our defence, I mean, Carrie is more than, we're more than happy for Carrie to do those stories on the project. So she was chasing Laurie for some answers.
Yeah. She'll be grabbing that opportunity with both hands, I would imagine.
She certainly will be.
Well, Pete, it's always great to talk to you. You can listen to The Family Feud, the podcast now. Download on your favourite podcast app today. We always appreciate you on the show, and your diplomacy is always appreciated too, Pete.
But I am all, let's face it.
Thanks, Jonesy. And rest up, Amanda.
Thank you, Pete.
Good on you, Pete.
Thank you.
Look after yourself.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Top of the morning. What's on the menu today, good sir?
Some sort of shenanigans.
The thing about all of this is the tradition that I've just been caught up with the Queen's passing. I didn't think I'd be so into it, but there's so much tradition. I was just reading about the Stone of Scone, this stone that came from Edinburgh Castle, and it has this history, and all the coronations have gone on top of this stone. It's all part of the tradition. And back in the 1500s, they built like a wooden throne around it. And then in the 1950s, some students, some Scottish nationalists, wanted to take this stone back to Scotland. So it was all part of the independence all those years ago, the Braveheart days and all that sort of stuff.
And will it be part of King Charles?
Yeah, it's going to be, and that's just a small part of it. And even in our own tradition, I remember when I was first starting out in radio, and I was at 2NM in Muswellbrook, and I was in the studio, and there was carts. We used to play these things on the radio called carts, or a cartridge, which had a tape inside them, and it just said Queen. And I said to the boss, I was at Queen the band. He said, "Do not play that. Under no circumstances do you play that." And I said, "Why?" And he says, "Because that is a package, a pre-recorded package about the Queen when she passes away." So that was 1992.
They updated it. What year was that?
1992. And I did listen to it. It says, "The Queen has passed on." And then it's got all these people and the Prime Minister of the time.
Who would that have been?
1992. I think it was Hawkeye still.
Or Whitlam?
No, 1992. Was it?
Now, what am I thinking?
92. Yeah, it was
Hawkeye. Was it Hawkeye?
Yeah. Or no, it might have been Paul
Keating?
Keating. Could have been. Anyway, so, and that used to have to be updated quite regularly.
Yes, with our Prime Ministers. Imagine the last few years.
But imagine if you put it in the cart deck and played it, and you had the fader up, all of a sudden you've announced the Queen's dead.
Did you leave it alone?
I listened to it a few times. I sort of wanted to leave it alone, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to have a listen.
Of course you couldn't.
It's like I couldn't help eating the cyclone rations when I worked at 6KA.
And did they say, don't touch these?
They said, do not touch this food. It's a sackable offence if you eat any of this food. But they had all the braised steak and onions in a tin, Tom Piper sausages. I used to work nights. I was hungry.
I remember working at another radio station with you, and you were so hungry, you went through the prize cupboard and you were eating edible underpants. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because just for the hunger.
We had we were doing something with Sexyland.
You thought it's morning tea. I better eat these undies.
Jam Nation.
Well, we were just saying about all the interesting traditions that are taking place with the passing of one monarch and transferring that power to another. And I read a really great interview about the royal beekeeper. I didn't even know there was such a thing. The royal beekeeper has to inform the Queen's bees that the Queen has died and that King Charles is their new boss. This is a tradition that dates back centuries. So he has to inform the hives that are kept in the grounds of Buckingham Palace, Clarence House, of the Queen's death. And, excuse me, and he also has to tell them in hushed tones that they have a new master
Yeah.
King Charles III.
Well, that's a lot of work for him. There's a lot of bees in those hives.
Well, he doesn't have to individually tell Jeff and Sam and Troy.
Yeah.
Not like the corgis. He's 79. I think he is officially retired as a beekeeper, but he does it for the Queen because he loves her. So he's the official palace beekeeper. He travelled to Buckingham Palace and Clarence House on Friday, following the news of the Queen's death, and he carried out this superstitious ritual. So he had to place black ribbons tied into bows over the hives, and each hive is home to tens of thousands of bees. Then he had to inform them what had happened. So what he says is, I'm at the hives now. It's tradition that when someone dies, you go to the hives, you say a little prayer, put a black ribbon on the hive, and I drape the hives with this black ribbon and a bow. He said, I knock on each hive, and I say, the mistress is dead, but don't you go. Your master will be a good master to you.
That sounds
amazing.
Nuts.
No, well, this is what I love, because the tradition, and that's why it's a superstition. If the custom is omitted or forgotten, and other European countries do the same, if the custom is omitted or forgotten and the bees are not, quote, put into mourning, then it was believed a penalty would be paid, such as the bees leaving their hive and stopping their production of honey, or the bees dying.
Oh.
So as I said, it's not just England. They do this in Ireland, Wales, Germany, Netherlands. It's been recorded over the years, but that's where it has been done. This has been a tradition for hundreds and hundreds of years.
It wouldn't be wise knocking on a hive, though. And then they all
he's the
come out and
beekeeper.
attack
I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
he has to let the Queen know that the other Queen's gone.
Yeah.
I love these extraordinary rituals. This is where we're seeing all this stuff play out.
I just see him running to the nearest lake with a giant swarm of bees in the shape of an arrow following
It's my job to tell you.
I had to tell you. Now, Gavin and Peter and Tony.
Jam Nation.
WSFM, hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Amanda's been broadcasting from home. She's in bed with COVID, and you're rallying. You sound better.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
look
in bed.
better.
I'm in an office, and I had a shower this morning, which is more than I've done for the last few days, and I feel pretty good.
Wait.
I will, and I'm not being stoic. I actually feel fine. I will go back to bed this afternoon because I know that COVID is not to be taken lightly. So if I wasn't up to it, I wouldn't be here, I assure you.
I do miss you. I missed you on the show yesterday.
I'm here. You don't have to miss me. I'm
yeah,
here.
but I missed you on the show yesterday. It was like, when we've likened before about the Hall and Oates analogy, when Daryl Hall went on tour without John Oates, he was like, oh, what am I going to do with that
Yeah,
little
I missed
pal?
Oates. I missed Oates yesterday.
You know,
We've argued all morning as to who would be Hall and who would be Oates. I would clearly be Hall. Oates does a great job, sure, but it's all really about Hall.
I don't know why you're besmirching Oates' good name, because he does a lot of good work. As you say, he's the
I see.
backbone of that band.
I know what's happened.
And
You're now talking up Oates because the poll is showing that you are Oates.
the poll is not showing that I'm Oates. I'm Hall, clearly.
Okay, so the poll, Amanda, you are 57% Hall. Jonesy, you're only 43%. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I think you've been smashing away on that phone while I've been doing all the work here.
Because I've loved to do nothing more than tell everyone I'm
You've
Hall.
got a call centre there. You've got a little call centre. Little people, little minions
me.
doing your work.
That's me.
It's 6 to 9.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
But you would always be Marie Osmond out of Donnie and
No,
Marie.
come on, don't start this.
Now, we have a Ghoulies hotline number, 906-17984. We have a prize for our favourite Ghoulie of the year, $20,000 cash and a year's supply of chocolate from Daryl Lee.
What have we got?
What gets my ghoulies, it's the middle of the night and you lying in bed, you reach over to get something out of the bedside table drawer and it's impossible to get the drawer back in. It keeps locking in on the sides and you go to push it and it doesn't go in and your arm's getting sore because you're trying to push it. That gets my ghoulie.
Yeah.
That's a very good
And
Ghoulie. It's
you've-
because you're pushing it on an angle
You've
from
got
the side.
You've got to get out of bed and face it front on
Well, then you may as well just wake up and go to work.
at 11 o'clock at night.
You may as well. It's all over by then.
What else have we got?
I'll tell you what got my girlies. I just bought a new Samsung phone, and because it's much smarter than me, I spent an hour in a tute online trying to work out how to get it all set up. Went to bed that night, and the next thing I know was ripped into the land of the living by trumpets blaring. I grabbed the phone, and an alarm had been set to 4 o'clock in the morning. So some little minx at the Samsung factory had played a joke and preset my phone to 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Would they do that?
Of course they would.
They
You'd
would.
get your secret pleasure. You get your secret pleasure in razzing people.
Really? By waking them up?
Wow, that's cheeky.
Like a modern day Wee Willie Winky. Except,
is that what he did?
Well, he ran
I remember
through.
He went in his pajamas around.
No,
the
in his
door.
nightgown.
These days he'd be tasered.
Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. So I think Wee Willie Winky was a bit of a perv. Anyway, out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, you can always call the hotline number 90617984. It's 4 to 9.
My favourite caller email, a Facebook friend, wins tickets for you and 3 friends to Tim Finn. This is October 9 at the night at the Barracks.
Yeah.
Brought to you by atthebarracks.com.au.
You also get that Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and fridge magnet, which is great.
Julie Goodwin made me laugh the other day. She tweeted, "I love my community Facebook group. It's where we connect and share important information." And then she posted a picture of someone's post that said, "Did anyone see that woman down the shops that looked like George W. Bush?" Actually, hang on a minute. I hope it wasn't me.
The Tribal Drummers beating for Tales of the Community Facebook group.
Here's Kelly from Campbelltown.
I booked into the Apollo for myself and some friends. So you have to give your credit details, and they bailed at the last minute. And I didn't want to be charged for something that wasn't used. So I got into one of the groups and asked who would come to join me.
For dinner.
And who'd you end up having dinner with? Nice people?
Yeah, nice people. So, yeah, it worked out well.
I don't know, you end up with Hannibal Lecter eating your own liver over some Chianti.
Delicious.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Win your way out of winter with Bill Weaver. I tell you what, you can get on the standby list for Hawaii to the Outrigger Hotel. I've stayed there. This is a brilliant, brilliant trip.
Top place. We'll be back from 6 tonight for Jam Nation. Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby dear, from your eye.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.